In the lush, vibrant forest of Greenleaf Valley, where the leaves whispered secrets to the wind and the streams sang merry tunes, lived Turtle. Turtle was quiet and humble, always moving at his steady pace among the tall trees and sprawling vines. Yet, inside his sturdy shell, lay a yearning heart. Turtle wished not for the quiet life he led, but for the sprightly energy that others seemed to enjoy. One sunny afternoon, while the beams danced through the canopies, Turtle watched his fellow forest creatures gathering in a lively circle. In the center, Rabbit, a swift and confident creature, prepared to show off his renowned speed. "Watch me," Rabbit called out, a twinkle in his eye. "I'll race faster than the wind." The crowd cheered as Rabbit darted forward, a blur of fur and laughter. Turtle watched in awe, mingled with a tinge of something else, deep within his heart, envy. As Rabbit basked in the praise and admiration, Turtle felt overshadowed, like a small stone under a towering tree. "Why can't I be like Rabbit?" whispered Turtle to himself, tracing patterns in the soft earth with his foot. Days turned into nights, and the moon cast its silvery glow over Greenleaf Valley. Yet the seed of envy, once sown, began to grow. "I want to be fast too," Turtle murmured as he watched a trail of stars twinkle in the sky. "I want to feel the wind rush past and hear the cheers of the forest." Determined, Turtle devised a plan. "I will become the fastest creature," he declared quietly to the night, a gleam of determination in his eye. With his mind set, Turtle embarked on a quest. He would learn the ways of speed, harness the wind, and rival Rabbit himself. The following day, Turtle set out beneath the blushing dawn. The forest was alive with the early morning calls, the leaves rustling as if whispering encouragement. Turtle made his way to the home of Squirrel, who was known for her quick and nimble movements. "Hello, Squirrel," greeted Turtle, his voice a soft rumble. "I wish to be fast like Rabbit. Can you teach me?" Squirrel cocked her head, her bright eyes full of curiosity. "Fast? But Turtle, you are steady and strong," she chirped. But seeing the resolve in Turtle's eyes, she agreed to help. "Use your arms and legs like you're climbing a tree," Squirrel suggested with a smile. Turtle tried, lifting his limbs with all his might, but his movement was slow and heavy. "It's not working," he sighed, a twinge of doubt creeping in. "Perhaps Owl can help," Squirrel encouraged, pointing with her bushy tail. "He knows many things." With renewed determination, Turtle plodded to where the wise owl resided, high in the ancient oak that wore wisdom like a crown. Owl watched as Turtle approached, his eyes twinkling like the stars above. "What brings you, dear Turtle?" Owl hooted softly. "I want to be quick and admired like Rabbit." "Can I learn the secret of speed?" Turtle asked, hope woven into each word. Owl, ever wise and patient, thought for a moment. "Speed is a fine thing, but are you sure it's what you seek?" Owl asked gently, his gaze thoughtful yet kind. Turtle nodded eagerly. "I want to hear the cheers and feel the rush," he insisted. Owl contemplated and then shared a tale of animals who ran swift across the land. "The journey is in the heart, and not always the feet, dear Turtle." Even with Owl's wisdom, Turtle felt his heart heavy with dreams. Despite Owl's gentle words, Turtle's desire for speed lingered. "I'll keep trying," Turtle whispered, thanking Owl for his time. Though the odds seemed against him, Turtle carried on, each step filled with determination, but shadowed by uncertainty. The forest watched, its creatures murmuring of Turtle's daring quest. Yet amidst his quiet efforts, Whispers reached Rabbit's twitching ears. A race, it seemed, was on the horizon. Rabbit, ever curious and full of cheer, decided to seek out Turtle himself. He found Turtle near a gentle stream, practicing tirelessly, his shell glinting in the dappling sunlight. "Turtle!" Rabbit called, bounding over with a joyful leap. "I hear you want to race? That's wonderful!" Turtle paused, turning slowly to face Rabbit. There was a flicker of uncertainty in his eyes, but also a determination that could not be ignored. "Yes, Rabbit," Turtle replied with a small but brave nod. "I want to be as fast as you." Rabbit's heart softened, seeing the sincerity in his friend. "Why don't we have a friendly race?" Rabbit suggested with a grin. "It will be fun, and who knows what you might learn." Turtle hesitated, but then imagined the thrill of the race and the cheer of the forest residents. "All right, Rabbit," he agreed. "Let's have a race." Excitement buzzed through the valley as word spread of the upcoming event. Birds carried the news on chirping wings, while the wind whispered it through the rustling leaves. The day of the race dawned bright and clear, with sunlight steaming through the trees like golden ribbons. The forest gathered, a lively crowd full of anticipation. Turtle took his place at the starting line, feeling a mix of nerves and exhilaration. Rabbit stood beside him, his usual playful confidence shining through. "On your marks, get set," chirped Squirrel, acting as the enthusiastic starter for the race. "Go!" With a burst, Rabbit leaped forward, his legs a blur. Turtle saw Rabbit disappear down the familiar path, but he moved steadily, each foot placed with care. As Turtle progressed, he suddenly noticed a small concealed path hidden among the bushes. Curiosity piqued, Turtle veered onto it. The path was narrow and winding, a path unfit for Rabbit's swift bounding, but perfect for Turtle's steady stride. As he navigated this hidden route, Turtle realized it led directly to the finish line, but a different route, his own path. Emerging from the secret trail, Turtle found himself nearing the finish ahead of Rabbit. As the cheers erupted and the forest celebrated, Turtle crossed first, surprised yet profoundly enlightened. The forest erupted into a chorus of astonished cheers. Friends of every size and colour gathered around Turtle, their eyes wide with admiration. Turtle, catching his breath, felt a warmth spread through him, not from speed, but from something deeper and more satisfying. Rabbit soon arrived, halting beside Turtle with a surprised smile. "Well done, Turtle," Rabbit exclaimed, slightly panting but genuinely happy. "You found your own way. I knew you could do it." Turtle blinked, still processing the unexpected turn of events. "I took a path only I could see," he admitted, a soft awe in his voice. "It was hidden from where you were." Rabbit nodded, his ears perking up with a twinkle of understanding. "We all have our paths, Turtle," he replied warmly. "You showed us yours today." Surrounded by the cheerful crowd, Turtle felt a gentle shift in his heart. The envy that once weighed him down had dissolved, replaced by a glowing pride in something uniquely his own. He turned to face the crowd and with a gentle bashfulness spoke. "I see now that moving at my own pace and seeing what others might miss is special too." The forest creatures nodded, their eyes filled with newfound respect. Like a soft breeze, the realization swept through Turtle. He understood now that the true value was not in trying to be someone else, but in appreciating what made him unique. The forest buzzed with celebration, joy weaving through the leaves and settling among its creatures. As the sun lowered and cast long shadows across the land, Turtle and Rabbit sat together, watching the hues of the sky change. "Turtle," Rabbit said with a chuckle, "I'm glad you raced with me. I've learned something too." Turtle's eyes twinkled as he replied, "And what's that?" "That everyone can surprise themselves, especially when they find their own strengths," Rabbit responded thoughtfully. With the valley slowly sinking into the gentle embrace of evening, Turtle and Rabbit shared a contented silence, side by side. The forest hummed its lullaby, cradling them in its timeless story, a place where every creature had its own path and its own way to shine. In the quiet that followed, Turtle realized that understanding and accepting himself brought a kind of happiness he never expected. A happiness that sprinted straight to the heart and stayed.
If you enjoyed this story, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content.